All right,
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
amazing, amazing, amazing. I don't know if few more people will pop up. It was.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's wait for some more people to pop in and. So tell me more, guys, about your businesses. What do you do, Tom? You do AI? Do you have any clients? Or you just starting out? Tell me a bit more before we get rolling here.
Yeah, so basically, I'm pretty much starting out. I've worked with AI, so chatbots and stuff, for a longer time now. But right now, I focus more on automations. So through Go High Level, for example, or also through Make.com. So I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I know
It's
Make.com. Yeah.
yeah, it's to connect apps and stuff. So I focus on that, and as I've told you, just Malik at the moment and Robin. So yeah, but I got no
Is
offer
Malik
in place.
is
Huh?
Malik your first client?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, pretty much.
cool. Malik is
Yeah,
a cool guy to work with.
yeah, he is. Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. And I don't got any offer in place right now. I do what I'm offered to do. So yeah.
All right, fantastic. Vincent, maybe you want to share something?
Yeah. Currently, based in Kenya, in Africa, that is, and at the moment, I'm starting out the agency at the moment because I'm actually starting out the agency. Don't have any clients at the moment, and still, what do you call? I'm still in. I'm still setting up the systems that I want to run my company. So yeah.
So you're saying that you're basically just starting out, nothing really moving on a lot now.
Exactly.
All right. Joshua, maybe?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, guys,
Hey, man.
for me at the moment, in Toronto, Canada, I'm working with 4 clients at the moment. Hopefully, can sign another one at the end of this week.
Cool.
And yeah, I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm trying to recreate my offer. Sanad, I remember your one of the video calls you had earlier last month. You kind of said just focus on media buying, go high level, and video production. So that's kind of where I'm at. Really, I kind of started getting into go high level the last 2 weeks. So I'm learning that and kind of getting into video production with one of my clients. So yeah.
Which niche do you work with?
It's very broad at the moment. So I work with a window cleaning company, stone supplier, like marble stone, and then online cake business, which she's really crushing it, and then online women's cosmetic brand.
And which one are you finding the most success with?
Honestly, the online cake business. She's it's because it's like all online and customers. It's just a whole e-commerce store. And in terms of Facebook ads, it's really crushing it.
So you run their Facebook ads?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so you are they running on Shopify?
No, it's called Equid, but she's transitioning to Shopify.
Oh, all right, cool. So you're still trying to really figure out what's going on there, and hopefully double down on one niche, or you're planning to keep it general?
Double down on one niche. Sorry.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Pharaoh is with us as well. Pharaoh I meet this guy probably like 3 times a week. He's part of the premium group, and he's with us now in this call as well. So yeah, Fair, you want to say something?
First off, is my mic working?
Say that again.
Is my mic working or not?
Yeah, we hear you clearly, loud and clear.
No, I mean, I don't got much to say. Sanad's great. You know, he's been helping me out build my agency. I'm focused in real estate marketing, doing content, primarily for real estate agents in the United States. I'm based in Virginia. Yes, I mean, all I can really say is, you know, if you guys are looking to really take it to the next level, premium is the way to go, because, you know, those weekly calls just like this, it's a daily basis thing that Sanad, and where Sanad, you know, it's basically, because there's barely any members in there right now, so it's essentially like consulting for whatever you're doing. So all I can really say is, yeah, that.
All right, thank you for that. So the purpose of this call is to really, guys, help you really understand what it takes to build offers, and to share with you my journey when it came to building offers. Yesterday, I posted about one deal. I posted the sales call that I closed yesterday in the group. It was like a very random call that I got on with like an early stage company. It was like a $3,000 in monthly recurring revenue for us. But literally after I posted it in the free group, I got on another call and I closed another one for 2,000. So yesterday was like a 5K day for me. And I posted both sales calls in the premium group. And one guy, I will show you I saw a nice comment on it, and this is based, I want to show it to you, and that's how we will take the call moving forward from there. So this is the premium community, and I posted it, I posted it here. And Ahmed, who's one of, I think he's with us now in the call as well, he commented something that really is the reason to why I was able to close 5K in one day. And it's all about the leverage. And this is what you really want to build. But to have your own leverage, you need to really understand that you should look at the process. You should look at the process and reverse engineer it. If you want to close deals left, right, and center, where it's very simple for you and easy to close deals, and whatever you do, you need to have leverage. What does leverage mean? You need to have proof of concept. You need to have, more importantly, social proof, and you need to have results that can back up any claim that you make, or any marketing or any efforts to get any attention in a marketplace, independently on what it is. I will walk you also a bit later on during the call on the concept of a niche, and how you really can choose a niche, and how you can narrow down independently of what you really offer, and how to actually make any niche work for you, and the concept between, or the difference between, a saturated niche and a crowded niche, and how you can actually stand out, and how you can create offers where you are not commoditized anymore in any given marketplace. So but first of all, to start with, you really need to understand that life, business, relationships, everything that you do on a daily basis really comes down to your leverage. If you have leverage, you can go through life easily. If you don't have leverage, you need to build it. Otherwise, you fall in the commodity conundrum. One of the biggest aspects that you will fall yourself as an agency in is sea of other agencies trying to compete with other competitors to get the same attention of the clients that you are going after, whether it's through your outreach, whether it's through your cold call, cold emailing, doesn't matter. Any outreach method, you need to understand that first of all, you're not the only person, or you're not the only agency going after that client. But at the same time, you really need to understand, how can I be different to everyone competing on the same attention, and the attention of the same clients as me? And it all comes down to offers. It all comes down to sounding different. It all comes down to presenting something different. Now, presenting something different doesn't mean that the essence of it needs to be different. It can be the same, but it's all about how you sell it, how you pitch it, how you present it. And this is why it's very important to really understand how to create offers. Now, to really come down to the concept of offers and what makes a good offer and how you can create a good offer, you really need to think about what's your niche first of all. So if you don't have a niche and you're starting out, that's the first thing you need to figure out. You might be able to close deals here and there, different industries, but if you want to have an exponential growth, you really need to have a specific niche. You need to have one problem. As long as you don't have an investment fund backing you and you have funds to go on, do research, hire random people, media buyers, content creators, which odds are you don't, there is no reason for you to be broad. Being broad requires more details, attention to details, requires more efforts and requires more time and efforts to make it work. And it requires loads of money. Because if you think about it, if you're working with real estate agents and then you close a deal in cosmetics and then you close a client in healthcare and then you close a client in a cake business, what you're doing is that you're having your source of energy, which is your focus and your expertise, and you're splitting them into a gazillion different industries, which you need to sit down and you need to think about the market problems. You need to do your research and you need to understand what are the problems holding them from making more money. You need to break them down into small steps, build them products to solve each problem at a time, and then build an offer and then offer that product, offer the service delivery, hopefully to retain the client to keep paying you over and over and over again. That requires loads of time and loads of efforts, and it's practically impossible to do alone when you're not even a marketing expert. You still don't even understand how marketing works and you're still getting your head around things. So what you should focus on is minimizing the moving variables. And you can only do that by focusing on one niche, one market, one problem, one solution. Now, if you really think about it from this perspective, the next question would be, okay, which market? And I can guarantee to you that this question is completely irrelevant. If I would give you one or two advice on how you can choose a good niche to work in, first of all, it would be a huge plus if it's a niche that you are passionate about. I scaled from zero, or from a couple grands here and there, to my first £20,000 a month when I was back in London working with Harley Street plastic surgery clinics and literally waking up from day to night creating ads of boob pictures before, after. It was a disaster. It wasn't something that I am passionate about, but it made me money. Now, at the larger scale, once I became comfortable with having money, I had to figure out the creativity conundrum. Am I being creative here? Am I passionate enough about my niche where I can be creative and provide more value to the market, provide new solutions, provide new products to actually outcompete the competition? And I didn't, because I didn't have passion to the niche I was working in. And that's how I shifted to real estate. So choosing a niche that you are passionate about is one of the main reasons to how you can be successful down the road in creating creative offers, in creating new solutions, in being the first mover and always having the first mover advantage in your niche, and everything in between. In 2021, end of 2021, we were one of the first agencies to run ads for real estate on TikTok here in UAE. No one was doing that. people literally were laughing. I was at a jazz concert yesterday with one of my clients, and he's one of my it goes way back then. And we were sitting, and one of his friends were with us, and we were just reflecting on the journey. And he was telling me that I literally had people laugh at me because we were doing these TikTok videos and posting them and running them as ad to generate leads to sell Dubai properties. But now everyone does that. That's the standard now. If you log into Instagram, go search anything Dubai properties, whatever. Everyone is creating content. Everyone is being that stupid guy. What do you do for rent? What do you do for a living? How much do you pay for rent? Show me your property. Everyone does that now because that's the standard. But by having passion, you will be able to take these risks because you will be able to think outside the box and do research that will allow you to have what we call the first mover advantage. And it's very important to help you build your leverage. It has a lot of leverage for me when I sit on a sales call with the client and show them an ad account of one of my clients who I started scaling on TikTok ads 4 years and 3 years ago, and I show them cost per leads from 3-4 years ago as low as $1, $2. It gives me a lot of trust. This guy knows what he's doing. That's one type of leverage, and you need to build that for yourself as well. Now, passion is one of the most important aspects of it. The second important one is you need to work with people that have money. E-commerce, they have money. Very quantifiable ROI. You need to work with a niche where whatever you offer them, at the end of the day, they will make more money compared to what they paid you. And that's how you choose a scalable niche. A scalable niche is where you, as an agency owner, you offer services, you get paid for them, but at the end of the month, the ROI on your services for your clients are at least in the 5 to 6, 7x. Examples of this: you work with real estate agents. They have money. They will be able to pay $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a service that will help them generate 3, 4, 5, 6x back in commissions. Because they know if you help them in any type, shape, or form getting and acquiring attention, that attention can easily be converted into commissions. That attention can be easily converted into listings. Make sense? So it's all about how you can position yourself in a certain marketplace where whatever you do, whatever you get paid for, your clients are very happy to pay you that, because at the end of the day, they pay off of that 3, 4, 5, 6x. So the second part of choosing a good niche is to have a niche where whatever your clients pay you, they make way more than that at the end of the month. An example of this could be mortgage brokers, real estate agents, plastic surgeons, surgical dentists. Make sense? Yeah, it's recorded, yeah. Dentists, e-com. Now, the thing about e-com is that it's a bit complicated. So if you are actually, the thing about e-com and why I never suggest it for beginners is that for you to really retain clients in e-com, you need to have a 360 agency. You cannot just be specialized in media buying and you offer your services to e-com. You need to understand creatives. You need to understand CRO. You need to have a fundamental understanding of landing pages. You need to understand copywriting. You need to understand email marketing. You need to understand automations. You need to understand offers. And for you to pull all of this together, you need resources. You need human resources. All of these are talented people that you need to hire, which will cost you salaries and money up front. Make sense? So this is what you should really look at. So anything that has to do with lead generation, where you are generating leads for your clients. Here's another example of companies that you should focus on. Citizenship by investment companies. They make loads of money. I've never thought about working with them. We have 3 clients, citizenship by investment companies working with us. They came to us completely out of the blue. They need automations. What we do for them is literally the same exact system that we used to do for our healthcare clients back in London. Front-end ads between static and video ads, landing pages, everything is built on Go High Level, pre-qualification surveys, calendar, they book sales calls or intro calls, they are put into different automations, everything is put into like a pipeline, the CRM is streamlined where it moves the leads automatically depending on their status and everything in between. So they need a lot of automations, they need a lot of help, and they don't have the time to actually pre-qualify every single lead that comes their way. They work a lot with people in Africa, they work a lot with people in Iran, in Turkey, in Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, and all of these countries where they need some sort of a second citizenship. And the Eastern Europe as well. The market for them is huge, and they make loads of money. Off of one deal, they can make anything between 10 to 20 grand. So it's actually good money, and they will be very happy to pay 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 in ad spend per month, because they know if you close them at least 2 clients, they're making 3x that. So these are some niches where you can actually make good money that I would recommend. If you are a beginner, I would highly recommend you start in lead gen. Now that you really understand that it all starts with a niche, it all starts by having one offer, one market, one problem, one solution. The next step is, how can I really understand my market? And I cannot emphasize enough on market research. This is the most boring part of the job that most of people really want to skip, but this is what will really set you up for success. If you do not anticipate clients' needs, if you do not anticipate client problems, you will find it very, very hard to sell your services, because you will be easily commoditized. If you watched in the last call that the sales call that I posted yesterday, the guy basically didn't even need to talk with me. I didn't share any case studies, I didn't talk about any clients. We got on a call, this is what you need, asked a few questions. I understood that they are a new company, they don't have any ad accounts, they don't have a CRM, they don't have this, they don't have that. I gave them all the objections, everything that they have in mind. I already portrayed it in front of them, gave them all the objections they are already thinking of, gave them the answers, and we moved forward to an easy close, to an easy sell. The reason I am able to do that is because I anticipate my clients' needs. I anticipate their problems, and I anticipate what could go wrong once we launch them, for example. Let me give you an example. If you close an e-com agency or an e-com client, all right, and you only promise them paid ads, and you set the expectations with them because you are a beginner and you're still starting out, you don't understand that even if you have the best ad account structure, best prospecting campaigns, best converting, best retargeting campaigns, top of funnel, mid funnel, whatever you have in a campaign structure, it's all done properly. You're testing with ABOs, you're testing with CBOs, you're testing with farming campaigns. Your ad account is structured properly, and then you have the CPA is bigger than the AUV. Your client is losing money. Now, you didn't anticipate that maybe their landing page is bad. Maybe their product pricing is actually bad. Maybe the market is so competitive that they need to increase the price for their product. Maybe they need to introduce complementary products to increase the AUV in the backend. Maybe they need to do email marketing to increase the AUV. Maybe they do email marketing to increase the returning customer rate. If you do not do your research properly, it will be extremely hard for you to anticipate your client needs. And that's what will help you build leverage. The confidence, the conviction, and the full, how to properly say it, the full conviction in whatever you are trying to sell them. This is what you need. These are the problems. We've done this a million times before. This is what you need. Now, you can have this. You can at least have a percentage of this even before you actually fully have it, because it comes also with experience. But what I'm telling you, as a beginner, you don't have the experience, and unfortunately you cannot buy that. So what you need to do is you need to go and scrap the shit out of the internet, to do your market research, to speak the lingo, to understand the client problems, to understand what they are really looking for, to understand what they think they have as problems and what are the real problems. I always tell the guys also it's available for you in the free community. I always tell them, look, clients will come to you and they think they have problems, and there are real problems. There is a huge difference between both. What the client think the problem is and what the real problem is. Let me give you an example of how this would look like. You work with a mortgage broker and you spend 5,000 first month ad spend. You generate them 300 leads. They come back to you, they tell you, we have a 60% no answer rate. 60% of the leads are not answering, and the marketing is bad, and the leads are bad, and we couldn't do anything, and we didn't close, and they're unhappy. A beginner agency owner would take that loss and let the client bully them. An experienced agency owner would ask them, okay, what did you do exactly when I sent you the lead? Talk to me about the sales process. How did you manage the lead later after that, after I sent them to you? We have them on our Google sheet, and then we give the numbers to the sales agents. The sales agents call and they report back to us in our weekly meeting. All right, do you know how many times the sales agents called? Maybe 2-3 times. Did you know that it takes up to 8 touch points to get hold of a lead? And how fast are they calling? Why are you using a Google sheet? Did you know that statistically, by using a Google sheet to managing your pipeline or managing your leads, you're losing anything between 25 to 30% of your pipeline value? You cannot operate a sales floor on a Google sheet. You need a CRM. Now, all of these problems Exactly, Tom. Call now or you will be killed. Is that, by the way, just for you guys to understand, somehow me and Tom has the same client. We have both the same client. One of his clients for automation and stuff is my client for real estate. Anyways, so yeah, call now or you will be killed. That's it. So basically what I was going to say is, you need to understand that it all comes down to doing this market research, because it's very important. Now, how can you do this market research? How can you understand your clients' problems? First thing, YouTube. A lot of people, other agency owners, they document a lot. They create case studies, they create video testimonials, they share a lot of they share their screen, they show their clients' results in hopes of them getting clients, by the way. That's one of their marketing. They share. I have a lot of case studies of real estate plastic surgery on my YouTube channel. That was one of the ways that I documented my success with XYZ client. Now, for you, if you want to enter the Dubai real estate market, that would be a source of market research for you. You will see what kind of cost per lead is expected. You will see what kind of marketing really works in Dubai real estate. You will understand what kind of marketing the rest of the competition does in the market. How can you do it better? How can you not do it? What are the things, for example, if you will see in most case studies, some people will talk about, yeah, we launched all of these campaigns, these worked, but these didn't work, and the cost per lead is high. And they will talk a bit on why it did not work. And that's a lesson for you to not do it whenever you close a client. And this is how you do your market research. Another thing is just using Google and trying to learn what people look for on Google through or about the things that you are selling. If you're selling marketing for real estate agents or content creation for real estate agents, you can just go on and Google. There is a website called Answer the Public. You can just log into it and type content creation for real estate agents. And what it will give you is, it will give you all the questions that people Google or search for about content creation for real estate agents. It could be questions as 10 viral ideas for real estate agents, how to post automatically on social media as a real estate agent, how can I increase my followers as a real estate agent, or lead generation for real estate agents, how can I generate high quality leads for my real estate business, how can I do this, how can I do that, why is it this, why is it that. That's what you need to understand and what you need to learn. You need to sort of debunk your prospect's mind so you can anticipate their needs, you can anticipate what they will ask you. Now, this is the most boring part of the job, but it's the most critical one. If you don't do this, you're doomed to be commoditized. So as soon as you understand your market problems, you understand what they are looking for, now you can really move forward towards creating what I love to call the minimum viable product, the MVP. Now you need to understand, what can I offer for my clients? Let's take an example, real estate. You prospect real estate agents. These are the things that bother them. These are the things that control them emotionally. Now, as soon as you understand what you have a clear idea on which market you're going after, what are their problems, the next thing that you really need to convince yourself of, or you really need to understand, is this simple little equation. The problems that you just did research on and you already listed and you know your clients have, you need to understand that these problems are creating them fears, and those fears are creating them desires. You need to understand this equation. I cannot emphasize on it enough. Problems will lead people to have fears, and fears will lead them to have desires. And that's all you need to succeed in this business. This is all you need to understand. It's very fundamental, and this is how you can leverage it. So as soon as you understand the problems, you need to understand the fears. Let's take real estate agents, for example. Real estate agents are as lazy as a human can be. They don't want to follow up. They want easy bread. They want a lead to buy from the first call, and they want a lead who will transact without saying any objections. A lead who will basically just show up with a blank check, sit on their lap, let's go shopping for properties. In an ideal world, that's what they want. But reality is completely different. So how can we make it work for them? But they still have money. How can we work with them, make them loads more money, but at the same time we take a piece of that? The next thing that you should really understand now is the art of creating minimum viable products. And this is how it works. The first thing you need to do is list the top critical problems for your ideal client. Let's take real estate agents as an example. They don't have a consistent source of leads. So to solve this problem, we should do direct response marketing. Now, some people might debate here. Let's do organic content, just like what Pharaoh does, or let's do paid ads, just like what I do. We need a source of attention. It doesn't matter what it is. Organic, paid, it doesn't matter. We need a source of attention to solve the lack of inbound leads, the lack of leads coming into the pipeline. Real estate or any other sales business that requires a salesperson to reach out to a lead, prospect them, put them through a sales cycle and close them into a deal would require a reliable source of attention. So to solve the first problem, lack of pipeline, we will need to build an attention source, organic or paid ads. In my scenario, I do both. I have two programs. I have personal branding program and I have a sales growth program based fully on paid ads. Now, that's my MVP. But if I were a complete beginner, I would start with paid ads. Very easy to start. I don't need to learn. This is a fact. Getting people to go viral and to build them consistently content that will allow them to consistently get the new attention is a million times more expensive and harder than actually running paid ads. So if I were a beginner, what I will do is I will stick to paid ads. I will learn Facebook ads, I will learn TikTok ads, I will learn Snapchat ads, I will learn everything that goes into generating leads with social media platforms for my clients to build them a reliable source of attention, a reliable flow of leads basically. What's the second problem? They don't have a system to manage these leads. Most of these people, I have friends in the US who own agencies, and till this day they work with real estate agents. They generate them the leads, they send them the contact information through between Zapier and an email. So they receive their leads information on an email. That's the worst system you could ever build to a client. There is no chance that client will be happy with you. You're creating them a lot of inefficiencies. So the next problem would be a lack of a systematic approach to manage a source of attention, to manage a flow of leads. What do you offer? Go high level. This is your MVP for the second problem. Now, everything that I say is customized for real estate, but real estate is the X in a linear equation. Remove it, real estate, put any other sales industry. Now, the second problem is a reliable system to manage a flow of leads. A good product for that would be Go High Level. You go to Go High Level, you buy a subscription, you build them different pipelines, you build them automations, you can go on YouTube, learn Go High Level. Just Google or write on YouTube, how can I use Go High Level for real estate? How can I use Go High Level for my real estate business? You can use the snapshots. They have loads of snapshots when you sign up, and you can customize them. Go High Level is one of the best tools that was ever created. Now they are just, at this point, they are just slapping features for the sake of it, but it's still functions amazingly well. All right, so what would be the third problem? The third problem is that they don't want to follow up. Even if you build them a system where they can log in, have a mobile app even to manage on the go, they receive a notification for every lead that comes through a marketing campaign, and you put it in a separate pipeline. So what you want to do is, they still don't want to call the leads. They still don't want, they don't have the time to follow up properly. So what do you offer them? You offer an automated appointment setting system or a follow-up system. You go on ChatGPT, you train the AI to build you email marketing sequences to follow up with leads, you literally put in this prompt. I'm a real estate agent in XYZ location of your client, basically. I sell properties. I'm doing marketing to generate inbound leads. Ask me any questions about my business and about myself to help me create a persuasive and efficient follow-up email marketing campaign. This is the prompt, and it will give you loads and loads and loads of questions. You answer them in details, and it will give you some of the best emails that you can ever have. Now, you still need to give them a human touch, you still need to customize them, but you basically shortcutted your creative process to at least a 60% capacity. And now you solve the third problem. They don't want to follow up. You have every single lead that comes to the CRM, you send them a first email, a first text. We received your inquiry. We will be in touch with you shortly. Now you confirm their opt-in. You send them consistent emails now. You put them through that email SMS marketing campaign. You send them consistent email to follow up with them and make sure that lead do not forget about your client. Eventually your client will give them a call. But here's what to do if they do not give them a call. Go hire a VA. Go hire a VA, and all their job is to literally log into Go High Level every single day. You train them, you give them a script with the help of you and your client, and what they do is that they will prospect for your client. You give them a script. How many bedrooms do you have? If you are generating seller leads, how many bedrooms do you have? Where is the location exactly? What's the neighborhood? And you get how many bathrooms? Was it remodeled? Was it renovated recently? What is the intent for selling? When are you looking to close? And everything in between. Every single question that your client wish to qualify that lead with. And this is a big business in the US. They call them ISA, Inside Sales Agents. They hire VAs. They have a bunch of VAs. They train them on sales. They train them on conversational sales. They give them a script, and they get them to follow up with the client's leads until they book them appointments. And they send their clients only people who are interested to talk to them. So their clients are not doing that prospecting and cold calling and this and that. They still have access to all the leads on the CRM, but you have one person who's qualifying all of these clients for your agents, for your own clients. And you only send your clients people that are interested in talking to them. Now, what would be the third problem? The third problem might be in a more sophisticated way, lead quality. And this could be a huge reason because you're using lead forms. The thing about lead forms is it tends to give you a lower cost per lead compared to landing pages, but landing pages will always give you a higher quality. So shift your clients to landing pages if they suffer from a lead quality problem. If they do not, don't touch it. Anything that works, don't touch it. That's the rule. Anything that works and functions properly, do not touch it. And you still build that within Go High Level. Now, basically, you're literally babysitting your clients right now at this point. You're providing them with everything, and they have no excuse except if you can close for them, go on, close for them then. But you can't. But that's the only thing pending in this. You manage literally 70% of their sales process with this easy to implement system. Now they only need to close. And this is a very, very, very easy system to build. It could take you 1 week to set up the whole thing. Now, by doing all of this, you're increasing your value and you're positioning yourself to move forward to the next step, which is building your MVO. And this is what we spent 44 minutes talking about the foundations to actually come to the point to talk about what was the call for. Just for you to understand that It's not an easy job. You need to put in some efforts. Now, as soon as this is done, you understood the niche, you understood the client's problems, you did the market research, you build your MVPs, you understand what you can offer, you increased your perceived value, you can now move forward to creating an MVO, a minimum viable offer. Now, here's the equation that you need to master to create good offers. It's a very, let me share my screen with you. This is part of the This is one of the presentations that we did for one of the chapters in the Farm Premium with the community members in the Farm Premium. And this is what we talked about when it came to the equation of success that will help you understand the science and the thought process behind creating good offers. And it all comes down to this little equation here. Let me explain it to you. You really need to understand that the client problems lead them to have fears, and their fears lead them to have desires. And that's really the only thing that you should understand to reverse engineer the math from you closing deals on demand to you having making the first decision on which niche to choose. You reverse engineer the process just like we did. Now, when it comes to the offers, this is what you really need to understand. The desire, you multiply that by the likelihood of achievement. You divide it by the time delay, multiplied by the client efforts, and that's how you create a good offer. Let me explain it to you in more simplistic words. Who's good at math here, by the way? All right, so you do understand the correlation between what's on top of the equator and what's behind at the bottom of the equator, right? All right, so here's what we want to do to create a Grand Slam offer, just like Alex Hormozi calls it. This is the book that you need to read if you want to learn how to create good offers. 100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. This is a prophecy. I'm telling you, I read this book 2 times. It's that good. Now, the desire. You want to make sure that the outcome, you sell the outcome, you never sell the process. The client that I was with yesterday, he's been with me for 4 years. He was talking to his friend and telling him why he started working with me. In his literal words, he said, before talking to Sanad, I talked to at least 8 other agencies, maybe 4 other freelancers who do marketing, lead generation, and everything in between. When I talked with Sanad, something was different. Every call that I did before, all of them were selling me a low cost per lead, a marketing strategy, this, that, like a video or whatever. They were selling the process. They were selling the platform. They were selling the lead form. They were selling the landing pages. I was different. I was selling the outcome. He was saying, Sanad was talking to me about growing my business, about telling me how he was asking me questions about my cost per acquisition. He was asking me questions about how much I spent per month, he was calculating my ROI, my ROAS, my return on ad spend, and how we will multiply it, how we will increase it, how we will make more money, how we will grow the company, how we will build the CRM, how we will build the backend systems. I was selling the desire. Every agent, every business owner wants and fantasizes about the idea of having a streamlined system. No one starts a real estate agency to sell real estate. No one starts a marketing agency to do marketing. Let's be real. You have a desire. My desire was to build a business where I don't need to be a slave to that business. I wanted to build a system where it can functions on its own. I have employees, I hire people, I train them, I build them systems, and I just focus on sales, close clients, build relationships with clients, and I have a team in the back end that I don't even care about the service delivery anymore. And that's what I have right now. That's my desire. But hiring people, learning hiring, learning finance management, learning media buying, learning service delivery, understanding management of people, that's the process that I needed to go through to be where I am right now. And that's what you will need to go through to achieve your own desire. Your clients have the same they go through the same process as well. They have their own desires, and that's what you want to sell. You want to sell the more streamlined system. You want to sell the freedom. You want to sell the fact that you will not need to be attached to your desk all day cold calling leads. You want to sell that we will build you a system where you're literally talking to people that only wants to talk to you. You will be selling the fact that you're gonna make them the go-to agent, real estate agent, mortgage broker, plastic surgery clinic, dentist, chiropractor, doesn't matter, in your local area. That's what you sell. That's what people fantasize about. And that's what why you find it hard to sell clients on sales calls, because you're selling a commodity, you're selling leads, you're selling a go high level, you're selling email marketing. No one cares about that. You should always sell the outcome, a desire. Now, the likelihood of achievement is a big factor of you closing deals or not. You need to have conviction. Now, this you can only build. This factor unfortunately, you can only build it with experience. If you are a full beginner, it's either you hire a partner with you who masters service delivery, who has some tangible results, and you do the sales, or you need to go through it and build it slowly. Now, the likelihood of achievement translates in real life case studies, success stories, social proof, testimonials. That's what the likelihood of achievement is. Your authority, your leverage. Now, at the bottom of the equator, this is what you need to minimize. All of these things, you want to increase them, you want to maximize them, you want to sell a big desire. You wanna sell a big, like a huge likelihood of achievement. You want to minimize everything that's under the equator. Let me explain to you. Time delay, first win. You need to make sure that you get your first client, their first win as fast as possible. Especially your first 4 or 5 clients. You need to literally work for them religiously, day and night. You don't want to sleep. You want to make sure that you're working for them, optimizing their system, literally following up on every nitty-gritty in the system to make sure that nothing goes wrong, nothing goes south, you don't lose them money, you don't lose them effort, and you don't make a bad impression, and they get their first win extremely fast. You need to follow up on everything happening in their accounts as if it's your only job, because reality is it is your only job, but you still need to do it religiously. And that's how you guarantee a very low time delay. Now, clients' efforts, efficiency of the system, anything that creates friction, anything that makes the client feels more involved. You need to understand people by nature are lazy. They don't want to do shit. So let alone if they are paying you money. If I pay you money and you're asking me to do this and that, come on, fuck off. I don't want to deal with you. You're making my life more miserable. So you want to understand that client efforts, you want to minimize the client's involvement in you getting them the desire. And this is why I told you need to do the market research, because you need to understand the problems that they suffer from. So you can build your MVPs in a way that it doesn't require, it makes the process of you helping them get where they want to be as smooth and as minimalistic and as progressive and efficient as possible. So you need to minimize the client's involvement. You need to build systems. Whether it comes as stupid as getting access to social media accounts and as big as managing the leads on a pipeline. So you want to make sure that you have everything in a systematic way. If you want to get access, let me give you a few examples. If you want to get access to your client's social media channels, create a jot form, create a Go High Level survey, call it clients access, put all the fields that you want, and every client that you onboard and you want to take their credentials, send them the survey. They fill it once, that's it. You want to onboard your clients, create a funnel on Go High Level, call it the onboarding funnel. You put a video on it, you record it on your screen, you put a video, welcome to the company, we're very excited to help you. This is your onboarding page, do this, do that, follow the steps below, and that's how we get you on board. That's how you do it. Let me show you. This is our Notion, okay? Every client that comes on board with us, they, all right, let's see. They go through like a client portal here where they need to go through the onboarding process. And it's very systematic. They don't need to talk to anyone. First step, you need to fill the general onboarding form. You click here, you go through it, you submit your full name, your client name, your monthly budget, and you go through a few other questions. We get through one form, it takes 30 minutes to fill. We get your company name, the budget, company address, your trade license, every single legal document that we need from you. We get technical access to your ad accounts. We get the access to your social media platforms that we need. And it's a seamless process. We never ask you again to send us a password. You just go through it once. This is how you make your client's life easier. You make sure that you minimize the client's involvement in getting the desire. And that's what will equal a value-driven offer, a Grand Slam offer, an offer that will help you stand out in the market. Now, these are a few things that you really need to understand. You need to solve a problem. You need to solve an important desire. You cannot go to a real estate agent and tell them, I'll create you an automated calendar. They don't care about the calendar. But if you tell them, I'm going to build you an automated appointment booking system, the calendar is part of it, but it's a bigger desire. Now, you need to have good case studies eventually for the authority. If you don't, partner up with someone, go on Upwork, find a media buyer within that niche, talk to them, tell them, hey, I have all of these sales calls lined up on my calendar, I need your case studies. If I close something, I will get back to you, you work with me, and I will pay you premium. No one will say no. My senior media buyer right now in my company was one of my first hires as a freelancer. So you need to get them the first one fast, and more importantly, you need to minimize their involvement in getting the desire. Now, let me give you, do you have any questions so far? Is it all clear? All right, fantastic. Let me help you visualize it with a good offer, or with a good sort of an example here between our offer what is it not? Yeah, all right. So this is what a Grand Slam offer would look like. The average marketing agency in the market will charge usually a setup fee plus like a month and then a monthly retainer, or just straight a monthly retainer. Very average offer, doesn't reverse engineer the risk to the client, very easy setup, everything, a commoditized offer, everyone offers the same thing. Our offer, one of our offers in the agency, this is not the only offer, but one of the offers that we built the company on was a one-time fee, and then you pay per qualified lead. We don't do this for every agency or broker or company that comes our way, but the companies that we know will kill it. we will offer them a very good offer. So what we will do here is we will put sort of a comparison between both of these offers in a marketplace with certain rules. So let's see the results if you would go both after the same market or after the same niche in the same market. So let's say me as TMM and this normal agency, we're going after real estate agents in the US. Let's see how our offers compete together. Their offer is very predictable. That's how most agencies work. One-time setup fee, retainer, or straight to retainer, and that's the most common offer. Our offer is value-driven. You pay as a one-time setup fee, you pay it once, and then you only pay per qualified lead. I reverse engineer the risk for you. You only pay me if you're happy, if you're getting qualified leads. Now, their offer is just like any other agency. Our offer reverse engineers the risk to the client. Their offer is very commoditized because it competes in a crowded market. It's just like any other agency's offer. It becomes a commodity. Our offer is desirable and marketable, even when it's not only sellable. If I get a client on a sales call, I will be able to sell them because what's there for them to risk? They pay a one-time fee. That's the cost, that's the risk they need to take. Any partnership requires, that's a risk that needs to be taken. They will take that risk, and then they pay per qualified lead. Why wouldn't they go for that? It reverse engineers the risk to the client. Now, this is how it sounds like. You pay us, we do the work, you might get results or you might not. This is what an average agency offer sounds like in the client's mind. And I had people tell me this. They said, we don't. I got on calls with skeptical people where they said, okay, sounds in my early days, okay, sounds all good, but we don't want to pay up front, and we had bad experiences with agencies and they just get paid, they don't care anymore, and it might not work, it might work, but we will be very happy to pay at the end of the month, or 50% now, 50% later. You only get those type of clients when your offer is commoditized, when your whole agency and your whole marketing strategy and your whole approach is commoditized. They just start to bargain on the little small things. While my offer, you basically cover the ad spend, we generate you leads, we give you reports from other clients' accounts, we do sales trainings for your agents, we do custom-made content for you, and we consult you on CRM stuff. If you have your own CRM, if you don't have, we will build it to you on Go High Level. And you also pay per qualified lead. I'm covering the full cycle of your sales process. You work with me, it's a value-driven offer. I'm not telling you that, hey, I'm a marketing agency, I'll just do your campaigns, you do your thing with the leads. No, I'm telling you that I will consult you on which offers work, on which projects work in real estate, because I do it for tens and tens of your competitors, and I will teach your agents how to sell them, and I will give them the right expectations, and I will mentor them for you, and I will do custom-made content for you. No one else in the market will be advertising the same content as you, and on top of all of that, you pay me per qualified lead. If you are a prospect, why would you say no to that offer? And that's what a Grand Slam offer is. An offer that your client will feel stupid saying no to. Does it make sense? Let's move forward. So, for example, let's do a CPA, cost per acquisition, and ROAS comparison. If we were both as a normal agency and TMM, if we go to the same market, as we said, real estate agents in the US, we have $10,000 to blow up on ads, on my offer, on your offer, and we see what can we end up with. Knowing that you get paid upfront for your full retainer compared to me. And let's see who makes more money down the road. So the metric here is, this is for the average agency offer, this is the TMM, this is the comparison, and these are the metrics that we will look at. Ad spend is equal, market is the same, country is the same. Real estate agents, USA, we have $10,000 to blow up on ads to acquire clients fast. The impressions, we get the same number of impressions. Our CPM, cost per million, is the same. We spend 10,000, we put both of our ads in front of 300,000 people. These are ballpark figures, by the way. The response rate for your offer will be like a lot of zeros, 13%. While my offer will be 2.5 times that. Why? Because my offer is more appealing. If I put an ad online and I tell you, hey, come work with me and pay me per qualified lead, it will be more appealing than another agency saying, hey, come work with us and you pay us a fixed fee and then you pay us a retainer fee, and this is what will go in the client's mind. So basically I will pay you, you do the work, it might work, it might not, and if it doesn't, I just end up with whatever the amount I lost. So my offer is by extension more appealing than your offer. And this is why the response rate will be higher for my offer, even in the front end when it comes to vanity metrics and marketing. So let me walk you through appointments now. If you do the math here, you will be able to book 40 appointments. I will book 100 appointments. For your expected that we get the same show rate. 75% of my appointments show up, 75% of your appointment shows up. So what will happen now is that you will have 30 appointments showed up to the meeting, you're talking to them, and I will have 75. If you close at 16%, that's your average. The average agency closes anything between 15 to 20%. So if you close at 16%, you're in the market averages of the standard average marketing agency outside with the commoditized offer. For me, it will be different. I will be at least double that because my offer reverse engineers the risk to the client. The client would be, if I show them, if I have the full spectrum of this equation, if I sell them the desire, just like I do on my sales calls, and I have the leverage, I have a very high likelihood of achievement by showing them people talking to me, by showing them clients' results, by showing them that other people just like you achieved the same results with me. And I tell them that. I talk to them about client success stories. If you notice in all of my sales calls, I always talk about, I sell with storytelling. If they mention something, I always tell them about that random client who closed the deal in their first week with us. And I always tell them about that first client who closed, didn't close for the first 2 months. Allahu Akbar. And that first client who didn't close for the first 2 months and then closed after the third month. I tell them relevant stories that can resonate with them. And this is why you will be able to close more. You will be able to have a higher conversion rate, closing rate. Now, top of funnel, you will be, at the bottom of it, you will close 5 deals, I will close 23. I will close more deals than you because my offer reverse engineers the risk to the client. Now, for your price, you charge $1,000 fixed fee or like setup fee and then a retainer. I charge $3,000 one-time fee and then they pay per qualified lead. Now, for you, you generated $5,000. That's 5 to 1 ROAS. I charged $3,000 upfront, one-time fee. I generated $69,000. That's 6.9 to 1. Now, let me explain to you these metrics. Because I have a higher one-time fee, you basically lost money your first month. You spent $10,000, you generated $5,000. You granted that you will do a good service delivery and all of your clients will stick with you. You will break even your second month. You will start making profit your third month. And that's what most agencies go through. While me, I'm literally getting paid to close deals. I'm getting paid to onboard the clients because my offer is more appealing, my offer is more desirable, and my offer reverse engineers the risk for the client. and I will be able to end up with way more cash collected than you. That's the nature of it. So with that being said, it's impossible for you to compete with an agency that has a Grand Slam offer, that went through everything we went through today and built their offer. Your average offer will basically lose money, and I am made huge profits from month one, and I'm basically getting paid to onboard clients. When you build your offer, just like I taught you today, and eventually what's listed in this amazing book, you will be able to close deals literally left, right, and center, and you will be able, more importantly, to build the most important thing that we talked about in the beginning of the call, which is your leverage. So this is basically everything that I have to share with you today. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, you showed that the show rate is the same for both agencies, for yours and the normal one. But wouldn't yours be higher because you offer follow-up sequences and reminder sequences? Isn't it higher then in comparison to other agencies?
I put it the same just for the sake of the example. Of course, if you are an average agency, you will not have proper systems probably, and your show rate will be lower. But I just put the same show rate for the sake of making the example more predictable and more appealing. So I tried to make sure that even with the CPM, by the way, it's not only the show rate. Even with the CPM, if you have an undesirable commoditized offer, your CPM will be crazy high, and impossible you will get the same number of impressions as me, because my offer will be more appealing. More people will share it, will engage with it. My CPM will go down. I will be paying the same amount of money, but get it in front of more people than you. And at the end of the month, I will have more impressions than you. But I just gave it as the same number of impressions for the sake of making the math competitive. Make sense?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, perfect.
Any questions, gents? Does it make all sense? Does it make all sense to all of you? What will What will you be? This call is recorded. It will be uploaded to the community later on. What would you be doing moving forward from here? Do you have anything that you picked up that sort of changed your mindset on one or two things today?
So, it's kind of opened my eyes because that cost per the charge per qualified lead is pretty smart, because I wasn't able how to structure my offer money-wise. So that's a big plus. I've noted it down, and I come to notice that what I'm doing already is kind of in the framework you talked about today. So without the first kind of step, because I don't offer ads and lead generation yet, but everything below that, so infrastructure, systemizing and stuff, I've done already, and I can build on that and improve that. But I'm missing the first stage, so lead generation is I don't have in place yet. I have got an idea how to do that, but any other things I already got.
All right, makes sense. Listen, I really want you to guys make some progress. I will upload this call to the community. Watch it again. Try to actually put in some work and try to implement everything that we discussed on your own markets, your own niches, and hopefully you will start to make some progress. If you don't have any questions for me, I will need to bounce, but hopefully you found value in it. And yeah, it will be shared in the community after this call. All right?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.